Let me just say something before we even get into this reading. There is an energy that came through the moment I sat down to do this for you, and it stopped me. It genuinely stopped me. Because what I'm feeling from your energy right now is not something I encounter every single day. And I need you to understand that before anything else, before any message, before any guidance comes through, what you are carrying inside of you is not ordinary. It was never ordinary. And deep down, even when you try to convince yourself that you're just like everyone else, you already know that's not the truth. You've always known. You came into this life different. Not broken. Not cursed. Different. And that difference has cost you a lot. It has cost you friendships, relationships, moments where you just wanted to feel normal and belong somewhere and have someone look at you without that look. You know the one I'm talking about. That look people give you like they can't quite figure you out, like you're speaking a language they've never heard before, like you walked into the room and something in the atmosphere shifted and nobody knows how to explain it but everybody feels it. That's you. That has always been you. And I want you to sit with that for a second because I need the weight of what I'm about to tell you to actually land. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are not too much or not enough. You are exactly where someone like you is always going to be on this road, ahead of your time, walking a path that most people will never have the courage to even look at, let alone walk. So let's go deep. Because your energy is asking for depth today. It's not asking for surface-level validation. It's asking to be seen. And I see you. So let's get into it. The very first thing that is coming through so strongly for you right now is this feeling of being profoundly misunderstood. And I don't mean misunderstood in a small way. I mean there are people in your life, some of them very close to you, some of them just on the periphery watching from a distance, who have completely misjudged who you are at your core. They looked at your silence and called it arrogance. They looked at your boundaries and called it coldness. They looked at the way you carry yourself, that quiet self-containment you have, and they decided that you think you're better than everyone. And none of that is true. None of it. But here's what's fascinating, even the misunderstanding says something about your power. Because people do not project onto ordinary people. People do not obsess over, talk about, or constantly analyze ordinary people. The fact that you live rent-free in so many people's minds tells you everything you need to know about the kind of energy you carry. You are magnetic. Even when you're not trying. Especially when you're not trying. And that magnetism is something that some people find deeply inspiring and other people find deeply threatening, and both reactions are a reflection of your energy hitting them in places they weren't prepared for. You walk into spaces and something shifts. You open your mouth and people lean in even when they pretend they aren't listening. You exist in a way that demands attention without ever asking for it, and that is an incredibly rare and powerful thing to carry in this lifetime. But I need to talk about the loneliness of it. Because I feel it in your energy and I refuse to gloss over it the way a lot of people probably do when they're around you. They see the strength and they assume you're fine. They see the way you hold yourself together and they think you don't need anything from anyone. And so they stop offering. They stop checking in. They stop asking how you actually are underneath all of that composure. And so you've learned to carry things alone. You've learned to process in private, to grieve in private, to rebuild in private, and then show up again like nothing happened. Like you didn't just go through something that would have completely dismantled most people. And you do it so well that the world just keeps assuming you're okay. And that is one of the most isolating experiences a human being can have, to be surrounded by people and still feel utterly alone because nobody is truly seeing the full picture of you. What Spirit is telling me is that this loneliness is not a punishment. I need you to hear that clearly. This is not the universe abandoning you or withholding something from you as some kind of cosmic consequence. This loneliness is a separation. It is a deliberate space being held around you so that the noise of the wrong people, the wrong environments, the wrong energy cannot interfere with what is being built inside of you right now. Because something is being built. Something is being forged. And the process of forging something rare and powerful is not comfortable. It is not a group activity. It is quiet and it is intense and it is deeply personal. And that is exactly what is happening in your life right now. Now I need to talk about what other people sense when they encounter you. Because this is coming through so powerfully and it is important that you understand how you are actually perceived by the world around you, because I think there is a significant gap between how you see yourself and how others experience you. There are people watching you right now, some of them you know, some of them you have no idea exist, and they are in complete awe of you. I'm not using that word lightly. Awe. They watch the way you navigate your life and they feel something they struggle to articulate. They see what you've been through, whether you've shared it openly or whether it's simply visible in the way you move through the world, and they think to themselves that they do not know how you are still standing. They do not know how someone who has gone through what you have gone through has not collapsed, has not become bitter and destructive, has not given up on themselves entirely. And instead of collapsing, you evolved. Instead of becoming destructive, you became discerning. Instead of giving up, you got quieter and more focused and more intentional. And people see that even when they don't have the words for it. There is a specific energy that people pick up from you and it reads as anointed. I know that might sound like a heavy word, but it is the most accurate one I have right now. People sense that something is on your life. Something is watching over you, working through you, working for you in ways that seem to defy logic. You have survived things that should not have been survivable. You have come back from situations that had no visible exit. You have turned losses into lessons with a kind of alchemy that most people spend their entire lives trying to learn and never quite get there. And the people around you can feel that. They may not call it what it is. They may not walk up to you and say, I think you're chosen, I think something greater is operating through your life. But they feel it. It comes off of you like a frequency. And it draws people toward you even when they cannot explain why. Your personality is something that people genuinely cannot stop thinking about. There is a sharpness to you, an edge, an intelligence that operates on multiple levels at once. You see things other people miss. You read rooms, read people, read situations with an accuracy that sometimes surprises even you. And when you speak, when you really speak from that deep knowing place inside of you, people feel like something just unlocked in them. Like you said a thing they had been trying to find words for their entire lives. That is a gift. It is not a small gift. It is a rare and specific gift that very few people in a generation carry, and you carry it. But here is where I need to go a little deeper with you. Because the energy is pushing me towards something that I think is really important for you to sit with right now. You were not always like this. There was a version of you, maybe a younger version, maybe not that long ago, who was more open. More trusting. Who let people in more easily, who believed what people said, who extended grace freely and expected it to be honored. And then something happened. Or many things happened. And each one of those things placed a brick in a wall that now runs so deep and so high around you that even the people who genuinely mean well sometimes cannot get through. And I am not here to tell you that the wall is wrong. I am not going to sit here and tell you to tear it down or be more vulnerable or let people in, because that is not what this energy is about today. What I will say is that the wall was built in self-preservation and it served you. It protected you during a time when you needed protection and didn't have it from the outside. But what Spirit is showing me is that you have started to mistake the wall for your identity. You have started to believe that the wall is you. That the guardedness, the emotional distance, the I don't need anyone energy, that this is just who you are now. And it's not. It's armor. There is a difference between armor and identity. Armor is something you wear. Your identity is something much warmer, much more expansive, much more capable of love and connection than the armor suggests. And I bring this up because there is a person, and we're going to talk about this connection because the energy around it is very significant. There is someone in your orbit, or someone moving toward your orbit, who has a feeling about you that is unlike anything they have felt before. And the way this energy reads, this person is not deterred by your walls. They are not confused by your mystery. They are actually drawn deeper in by it. Like your complexity is the very thing that makes them want to stay. Like every layer they discover about you makes them more convinced that you are someone they are supposed to know. This person has been watching you. Observing you in a way that they probably don't fully understand themselves. Because it's not just attraction, though that is absolutely part of it. It's something more like recognition. Like something in them looked at something in you and went, there you are. I've been waiting for you. And they might not have said it out loud. They might not have admitted it even to themselves yet. But the feeling is there and it is not going anywhere. Let me talk about your path for a moment because this is something the energy keeps circling back to, and I think it's the heart of what this reading is really about. You are a lone wolf. Not because you failed at connection. Not because something is wrong with you. Not because you are damaged beyond repair the way certain people in your past may have tried to convince you. You are a lone wolf because your path requires a kind of singular focus and a kind of spiritual solitude that simply cannot be maintained in a crowded, noisy, constantly people-pleasing kind of life. Your path is specific. It is directed. It has a destination that most people around you cannot even see, let alone understand. And in order for you to stay on it, in order for you to not get pulled off course by the gravity of other people's expectations and fears and limitations, you have to be willing to walk large stretches of it alone. And you have been. And it has been hard. And you have questioned it. I know you have. I know there have been moments, probably in the middle of the night, probably in those quiet hours when you can't sleep and your mind goes to all the places you normally keep it away from. I know there have been moments where you asked yourself if this is worth it. If this lonely, difficult, unconventional road is actually leading somewhere, or if you're just wandering in isolation with nothing to show for it. And what I need you to hear is that the road is leading somewhere. It is absolutely leading somewhere. And the people who were meant to be there when you arrive are already being prepared. The circumstances that are meant to receive you when you get there are already being arranged. You are not wandering. You are being guided. And every single thing you have walked through, every betrayal, every loss, every moment of starting over, every night you rebuilt yourself alone in the quiet, all of it has been preparation. All of it has been building something in you that cannot be built any other way. A kind of strength that is not loud or performative. A kind of wisdom that doesn't come from books or theory. A kind of resilience that sits so deep in your bones that even you don't fully realize the extent of it yet. Other people see it though. That's the thing. The people who cross your path, even briefly, they walk away from the encounter knowing they were in the presence of something significant. They might not be able to name it. But they feel it. And it stays with them. Now I want to bring in something that the energy has been nudging me towards since we started, and it's about what is coming for you. Because I don't just want to leave you in the reflection of what has been. I want to talk about what is moving toward you right now, because there is a lot moving toward you. Opportunities are opening. And not small ones. There is something connected to your purpose, to what you are actually here to do in this life, that is beginning to take a very real and tangible shape. You may have been working on something quietly, privately, in that lone wolf way that you do things, building without announcing, creating without explaining, moving without asking permission. And if you have, know that what you've been building is about to be seen. And the reception is going to surprise you. Because the very thing you thought made you too different, too niche, too unusual for the mainstream, that is exactly what is going to make people stop and pay attention. Your uniqueness is the offering. Not despite the fact that it sets you apart, but because it does. There is also something shifting in your material world. A stabilization that has been a long time coming. I feel like finances, resources, the sense of foundation and security, this has been an area of stress and uncertainty for a while. And what's coming through now is that the ground is beginning to firm up beneath your feet. Not all at once, but meaningfully. In ways that will allow you to breathe a little easier, to stop operating in pure survival mode, to start actually planning for the life you want rather than just managing the one you have. And then there is the connection I mentioned. This person who sees you. Who is not afraid of your depth or your edges or the walls you've built. This connection is being cultivated by something bigger than both of you. And when the timing is right, and it is moving toward right, it is not as far as it might feel, this person is going to come forward. And what they bring is going to feel like something you've been asking for at the soul level for a very long time. Not perfect. Not without its own complexity. But real. Genuinely, substantively real in a way that the connections of your past simply were not. I want to close this reading by saying something directly to you, from whatever this is that moves through me when I do this work. You are not too much. You are not too intense, too guarded, too broken, too unconventional, too lone wolf, too anything. The version of you that exists right now, the one that has been through everything you have been through and is still here, still seeking, still open enough to receive a message like this one, that version of you is extraordinary. And the life that is being constructed around you, quietly, spiritually, energetically, it is being built to match you. Not a smaller version of you. Not a more palatable, more socially acceptable, more digestible version of you. You. All of you. The road you walk is not the easy road. It was never going to be the easy road. But it is your road. And it is leading somewhere that only you can go. And when you get there, and you will get there, you are going to look back at every hard step and understand why it had to be exactly that way. Keep going. Your angels have not left you. The universe has not forgotten you. And the people who are meant to stand beside you in the life that is coming are already being drawn in your direction. You were built for this. Every single bit of it. And the most powerful, most aligned, most deeply fulfilling chapter of your life is not behind you. It is just beginning. I hope this reading found you at exactly the right moment. If it resonated, give it a like, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and I will see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves.